Hey everyone, welcome back to another Mattel Jurassic World review. Today we're taking a look at the Chaos Theory Epic Evolution Strike Attack Chasmosaurus. Strike Attacks and Danger Packs, they are the bane of us Jurassic collectors. For some reason, for the last couple of years, they've been absolute nightmares trying to track down. So, you can't find these things online for sale, maybe once in a while from like Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth. But for the most part, you have to walk into your local stores and try to hunt for these in person. So I ended up finding mine at my local Walmart. So if you try to look for these figures and the new Danger Packs, your local Walmart is your best bet. Let's just check out the packaging really quick. We got Darius and the Allosaurus and Netflix logo. Jurassic World Chaos Theory, which is a subline of Epic Evolution. We got the Jurassic logo up here. And I have not pointed this out. My other figures, the biomes for the Epic Evolution figures is on the top of the packages. And this Chasmosaurus is from the Savannah biome. And on the back of the box, we get a picture of how the Strike Attack action works, as well as the other figures available in this wave, the Dilophosaurus, Gastonia, and Monolophosaurus. The only other one I picked up from this wave was the Gastonia. The Dilophosaurus is basically the same exact figure that's appeared in the line before, with a slightly different frill color. The Monolophosaurus is a completely new sculpt. I am not a big fan of its stylized look. I much prefer the original Monolophosaurus figures. I think those are far superior to whatever the hell this thing is. It's been a really long time since Chasmosaurus has made an appearance in the Jurassic line. Its first appearance was way back in the day when Kenner still had the license for the Lost World, and then when Hasbro took over and made a quick repaint appearance a few years later. And it always made me laugh. The size of the box, the old Lost World Chasmosaurus figure came in. It's just way too big. Just always kind of found that hilarious. I actually did own that figure. No clue where it is. It's probably still buried somewhere at my parents' house. So anyways, let's just do a quick set of measurements. This figure is 7 inches long from the tip of the beak to the tip of the tail, are 17.8 centimeters, about 4 inches tall to the top of the frill at 10.1 centimeters. So Chasmosaurus was between 14.1 to 15.7 feet long, or 4.3 to 4.8 meters. So I put this figure somewhere in the 124 to the 127 scale range. Now, checking out the finer details of this figure, it's a really nice Chasmosaurus sculpt. It pretty much captures what a Chasmosaurus should look like, with a little bit of that Jurassic World exaggeration that most of the figures have. However, the paint scheme is really bare bare bones on this figure, which is pretty typical of most of the mainline figures. But on this one, it's like pretty much non-existent. The head is sculpted a nice bright orange. You do have some nice dark gray for the horns and a lighter gray for the beak. Eye is painted yellow with a black pupil. You do have some nice dark markings along the fenestra of the frill. And then going down to the body, along the top of the back, that's the only other paint apps, post ahead that is on this figure. It really makes it look absolutely bare bones and cheap. The main body is sculpted in pretty much cat puke green with a little bit of black flecks mixed in with the paint. That's a common practice for most Mattel figures. Add a little bit of definition. Going down to the feet, all the claws are not painted in, which is typical of most mainline figures. But there's a lot of nice sculpted detail in this figure. You do have like a little row of osteoderms peppered along the back and along the tail. I do really like the head of this thing. Like I said, it captures what a Chasmosaurus does look like. But paint apps, big no on this figure. Articulation is pretty basic. The forearms can move forwards and backwards about that far before the elbows start to hit the side of the stomach. Hind legs can move backwards and forwards, and they do have a little bit of that hip pivot right here. And you can actually see the back leg right here. This is the left leg is really warped, and that's because the way it was packaged in the figure, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's pretty soft material. I'm sure that hot and cold treatment could straighten that out. And you do have completely useless tail rotation. And while we're at it, here is the scan code for those who want to scan this into the fax app. And of course, the Strike Attack action feature is very simplistic. All you need to do is push the button on the top of the head, and you can get some nice head ramming action. I kind of wish some of this green was painted on the underside of the neck right here, so it's just not an abrupt start. But you know what? I'm probably being a little bit too nitpicky since this is only a $10 figure. Moving on with comparisons, here it is with Chaos Theory Ben, a figure that's been in limbo on this channel for probably a month now. Still have not reviewed his set yet. Someday it will happen, I promise. And next up, here it is with some of its Chaos Theory Danger Packs. We have the Baby Apatosaurus and Guanlong. And like I said earlier, I have no idea why these two size classes, the Strike Attacks and Danger Packs, are absolute nightmares for us to track down. Just never had an easy time finding these other than like, wave one or something. After that, good luck. It's a dice roll trying to find these. And here it is with a small sample size of all the ceratopsian species Mattel has done over the years. They've done quite a few species. I'm going to have to do a group shot on my Instagram at some point with all the figures. But we have the amazing Habitat Defender Triceratops, the Dino Rivals, and the Pseudoceratops, Danger Pack, Avaceratops, and Ionosaurus. And let's end these comparisons on the dinosaur formation group shot. This is the formation that Chasmosaurus is from. We have the Hammond Collection Parasaurolophus and Corythosaurus, and we also have the old Dino Rivals Styracosaurus. Fun little fact, that is the very first review I did on this channel. I can't believe I've been doing this channel for just over 5 years. Thanks to everyone for all the support. You have no idea how much it means to me. And it's just weird that we haven't gotten the two Tyrannosaurs from Dinosaur Park formation, Daspletosaurus and Gorgosaurus. I'm sure it's just a matter of time of when instead of if, when Mattel is going to give us those species, because they just love cranking out different species of dinosaurs. So, final thoughts on the Strike Attack Chasmosaurus. It's a nicely sculpted figure. It's pretty accurate, for Mattel standards of what a Chasmosaurus should look like. But like I said during the review, the paint apps are really, really bare bones. A little bit more bare bones than normal for mainline figures. And I think it really just holds this figure back from the lack of paint apps. Absolutely adore the head sculpt. Came out really, really nice. And plus, it's also nice to have Chasmosaurus back in the Jurassic lineup. Like I said, begin the review, hit your local Walmarts. Right now, that is the best place to try to track down these hard-to-find figures. Gonna review the Gastonia, and sometime this century that Ben Chaos Theory pack will be reviewed on the channel. And I do have the New Holland Good figures coming with the Sorakaria, Sorachea. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong because I am extremely tired doing this review. So that will do it. As always, if you're enjoying the content on this channel, show your support by hitting that subscription button just below the video. Each subscription helps out the channel tremendously, and it's greatly appreciated. I'll see you guys for the next one.